Let's prove that God created the dinosaurs. Good news for all you Christians out there that don't believe in dinosaurs or think dinosaur fossils were put here by the devil to trick us. I've come across a book that not only says God created the dinosaurs, but then goes on to explain all of the myths about them. It's called The Great Dinosaur Mystery, and we'll be going over this. The first section, Where Did Dinosaurs Come From?, answers this question very simply with God created everything, therefore God created the dinosaurs. Look, there's God's giant hand, and there's Adam and Eve, and there's a giant butterfly, and a gay horse, and a giant goldfish, and a dinosaur. Oh my God! Proof that God created the dinosaurs. Are dinosaurs in the Bible? The short answer is yes, but the section goes on to explain this very loosely by giving examples of Bible verses that could be describing, I don't know, an elephant or a hippo, but pretty much describes a giant plant-eating thing that ate a ton of food. This book is taking the Bible to be very literal and not interpretive whatsoever, so it's taking everything in these Bible verses as pure, raw fact. Meaning, in the Bible, if the verse says, its legs were as wide as tree trunks, it goes, its legs must have been literally as wide as tree trunks. Besides the book just being wrong, there's a couple of spots that are just spooky. Like this picture right here. I guess that's supposed to be Adam, and he really looks like he's trying to kiss that dinosaur. And that dinosaur doesn't look like it's resisting either. It looks like it's trying to kiss him right back. That kind of made me feel uncomfortable. Did Noah take dinosaurs on the ark? Answer, yes. Following the same logic as the first part of the book. God created everything, therefore God created the dinosaurs. Noah took 2 of every animal on the ark, therefore he took dinosaurs on the ark. End of discussion. Simple as that. It's proven. The book then goes on to use the flood as a reasoning for how fossils exist. Instead of going like, oh, fossils aren't millions of years old, they go, well, the giant flood buried them really deep because of all the water, so it looks like they were really, really old. But the holes in this are like carbon dating and the fact that there isn't like human fossils next to like dog fossils and dinosaur fossils. It doesn't even try to explain this. It just goes like, oh, we're right because we said this. The next part was definitely my favorite. I feel like the people who were writing it were about halfway through, and then they realized that dinosaurs don't exist anymore, so they needed a reason for them to be extinct, but with them on the ark, a huge reason for them not to exist anymore was just gone, so now they needed to come up with their own. It says is, once all the animals and people got off the ark, the world was very different because there was a cataclysmic flood, and some animals, pretty much only dinosaurs, couldn't adjust to this change. Let me read you this section. Harmful radiation from the sun and space probably came down in much larger doses after the flood. The original world may have been protected from this radiation by a special atmosphere. First of all, that's not true. And second of all, is this stating like dinosaurs' only weakness was space radiation? How come everything else on Earth wasn't infected by this? If just joules of space radiation were just pouring onto the planet, why did everything else not die? Only dinosaurs were affected by space radiation, I guess, which is why they're not around anymore. The book also goes on to describe that dragons from like myths and legends were actually just dinosaurs that hadn't completely died out yet. So according to this book, that puts dinosaurs still technically alive around 1500. You'd think people would still kind of remember these like giant monsters. And I don't just mean in stories about dragons and everything. This book is stating that they were pretty much around and like living in the woods and stuff like animals do now, just they were really rare because they were dying out. If that was true, why would humans not remember them? Now, I'm not just saying that. The book goes to state that humans forgot about dinosaurs. These giant monsters, which would become the stuff of legends forever, people simply forgot about. The dodo bird died out in like 1780 something, and we still talk about that thing all the time. There's books about it. It's the first example of like extinction caused by humans, and it's all we have phrases, go the way of the dodo, but dinosaurs. We remember this stupid, fat, flightless bird with a big face, but we don't remember monsters with lizard skin walking the countryside. That just escaped our memories, I guess. Well, after reading that book, I think I can say beyond a reasonable doubt that dinosaurs not only did exist, but God created them. Well, that takes care of that. On to the next mystery.